You did it to yourself, my boy. Let's get back on it. Necromancy. Okay. Divining with the powers of the dead. Let's explain something about what you did. Worshipping of the deceased and using the powers of the deceased to assist you into making you something that you're not. Let's explain it. This picture of Afroo Oonoo, right, is his obituary picture. Should this picture be used to represent Afroo Oonoo? This picture would indeed be representing Afroo Oonoo in the dead, not in the living. Okay. So what is Nine Science? Nine Science is about the living. It's not about the dead. Necromancy. Is this necromantic? Okay. Are they being possessed? When the information from Afroo Oonoo came out, Jutar, okay, you attributed Dr. York, the living, to Afroo Oonoo, the dead, and didn't even know it. Okay. Then you spazzed out and you canceled both of them. And what brought you back, right, was Afroo Oonoo. And when the obituary pic came out and everybody seen the death date of Afroo Oonoo, he had already been deceased like 5 years. So you never knew Afroo Oonoo in the living. So in this pic, you don't know what Afroo Oonoo is doing. This pic being used by his wife and his family members. You wasn't there. You never seen that suit. You never talked to this man. And you got his pic out here like it was given to you to do so. Y'all niggas grabbed the pic and like we found a picture of Afroo Oonoo and start rocking that. Necromancy. Yeah, we have a image of who Afroo Oonoo is, but should it be on display on some nigga's website trying to sell tarot cards? Should the same nigga that I'm talking about, he called Afroo Oonoo's wife and harassed her over his mission to be Afroo Oonoo's top select, and Afroo Oonoo has been deceased by this time, maybe 8 years. Necromancy. Let's see what necromancy is by way of Noone Science. Boom. It's a word, actually a word, right? Listen to reason. Describe maintains that the powers of religion work by spellbinding the person to belief by power of necromancy, the power of the dead, that is the spirit dead, right? Necromancy, powers of the dead, the forces of listen to reason, the forces of pantheism use this science, the opposite science, to do their manifestations in nature by way of brain newts, 6 ether, 5 ether, and also 4 ether, necromancy, and reason. Okay. The forces of religion use this science, the existent and non existent, to do their activities in nature by way of brain newts, 5 ether, 4 ether, and 3 ether, necromancy, and belief. This is for those who have this information. I just happen to have the information. Necromancy definitely is not sound right reason. Should this pick been used of Afroo Oonoo? Okay. Religion is connected to necromancy. That tarot deck, necromancy, etymology, sorcery, witchcraft, black magic, divination by communication with the dead. We can say Afroo Oonoo was living in spirit, okay? But in actuality and reality, he's dead. Right? Magic, necromancy, witchcraft, sorcery, one who divines dead body corpse, oracle, divination, a seer prophet, one touched by divine madness, right? Connected to black, the word Niger, Latin. Okay, we got to understand them. But it's got mania connected to it, mental derangement, characterized by excitement and delusion. Who does this? Spirit beings in the negative who are programmers and controllers. Passion, spirit, right? That's you, mad, passion, fury, enthusiasm. To sell some tarot cards, but what was you really doing? Okay. Practicing necromancy. And that's all I'm telling people on you. You know what I'm saying? You a moon god representative. And you shouldn't be dealing with Noone Science. And you exhibited that action by going over to the white coat side. You should have never did that at all. And anybody that listened to that information is like, this information is cool. They agents. Okay. They viruses in the mainframe. And we got to be able to peep viruses in the mainframe. If you're saying you are God and goddess, we can't say that this information that came out of the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s today is foreign. All the Moorish talk, the Black Hebrew Israelite talk, niggas are still Christians, right? At heart and mind. You still believe in Jesus Christ when you get in trouble, okay? When you pray and you say Jesus, the Muslims, the Hebrews, the Egyptologists, the Nawapians, the Noone Boos. We can't say that this information now is foreign. You know, in regards to some of us, it's really only 20 years old. And look how much has changed in the last 20, 30 years. But is this information foreign? If the information is foreign that we rock with in the 90s, that's some of the backdrop of hip hop, then what's the information for today? Okay. What's the information for today? All that to say, Jutar, necromantic. This is necromantic. So I suggest giving respect back to Afroo Oonoo's wife and his family members and take the pick down. Okay. Take the pick down. You can put a suit on and put yourself in there. Because you said you Oonoo today. And once you do that, you're going to have to face the wrath of 9 sciences. Because we know you're necromantic. You work for the moon god. You've been practicing sin, divination, sorcery. Okay, you're like a warlock who won't stop. And I think you just need to give it up. All right. So what y'all think, man? Nuwapians and Noone Boos, 9 scientists, 6 etherists, and down in spirit with 3 ether. Is this necromancy? Of course it is, by way of the information that he follows. So I suggest you take Afroo Oonoo's pick down, okay, and stop using this information to try to make a dollar. Sucker MC.